In this video, we will be multiplying polynomials using the distributive property. Here's example 1. Expand and simplify negative 5h subtract 3 times negative h squared plus 3h plus 6. We distribute the negative 5h to the trinomial plus a negative 3 times the trinomial. So our product will be given by negative 5h times negative h squared plus negative 5h times 3h plus negative 5h times 6. That takes care of negative 5h times the trinomial. On the right, we have a negative 3 times negative h squared, negative 3 times 3h, and negative 3 times 6, distributing the negative 3 to the trinomial. From the first row, we get 5h cubed plus 3h squared. From the second row, we get negative 15h squared, subtract 9h. From the third row, we get negative 30h, subtract 18. This gives us 5h cubed, subtract 12h squared, subtract 39h, subtract 18. Notice that 3h squared and negative 15h squared are like terms. Add to give us negative 12h squared. Negative 9h and negative 30h add to give us negative 39h. Our final answer is 5h cubed, subtract 12h squared, subtract 39h, subtract 18. And we're done with the expansion. Now let's verify that our expansion was correct. On the left-hand side, we have this expression, negative 5h subtract 3 times negative h squared plus 3h plus 6. On the right-hand side, we have the expansion, 5h cubed subtract 12h squared subtract 39h subtract 18. Let h equal 2 on the left-hand side. We get negative 10 subtract 3 in the first set of brackets, negative 4 plus 6 in the second set of brackets, to give us negative 13 times 8, giving us negative 104. On the right-hand side, let's let h equal 2, giving us 5 times 8, subtract 12 times 4, subtract 78, subtract 18. 40, subtract 48, subtract 78, subtract 18, giving us negative 104. It's the same as the substitution on the left-hand side, so our product is correct. Avoid using 0 since any term that contains a variable would have a value of 0. As a result, errors can go unnoticed. You also should avoid using a 1 or a negative 1 to verify. Here's example 2. Expand and simplify negative 2x squared plus 7x subtract 3 in the first set of brackets times 4x squared subtract 3x plus 5 in the second set of brackets. This is a trinomial times a trinomial. Multiply each term in the first trinomial by each term in the second trinomial. Here's negative 2x squared times the second trinomial, giving us negative 8x to the 4 plus 6x cubed subtract 10x squared. Here's 7x distributed to the trinomial. Align terms vertically. 7x times 4x squared subtract 3x plus 5 gives us 28x cubed, subtract 21x squared plus 35x. Notice the x cubes are under the x cubes, the x squareds are under the x squareds. Negative 3 distributed to the trinomial gives us negative 12x squared plus 9x subtract 15. Once again, the terms are aligned vertically. Add terms vertically. In the first column, we just have negative 8x to the 4. In the second column, we have 6x cubed plus 28x cubed, giving us 34x cubed. In the third column, we get negative 10x squared, subtract 21x squared, subtract 12x squared, resulting in negative 43x squared. In the second last column, we get 35x plus 9x, resulting in 44x. And in the last column, we just have negative 15. Our product is therefore negative 8x to the 4 plus 34x cubed, subtract 43x squared plus 44x, subtract 15. We can verify, and on the left-hand side, if we let x equal 2, we get 45. On the right-hand side, if we let x equal 2, we also get 45. Seeing as these two numbers are the same number, we have thus verified our product as being correct. Here's some practice. Expand using the distributive property and simplify. You may wish to hit pause here and try this one on your own. This is the first term in the first trinomial. Negative 2y squared gets distributed to 2y squared, subtract 5y, subtract 3. Then we add 6y, distributed to 2y squared, subtract 5y, subtract 3. And then we add negative 1 distributed to the same trinomial, 2y squared, subtract 5y, subtract 3. The first one gives us negative 4y to the 4 plus 10y cubed plus 6y squared. Here we get 12y cubed, subtract 30y squared, subtract 18y. For the last one, we get negative 2y squared plus 5y plus 3. Notice we have terms aligned vertically. In the first column, we only have negative 4y to the 4. In the second column, we have 10y cubed plus 12y cubed to give us 22y cubed. In the third column, we have 6y squared, subtract 30y squared, subtract 2y squared to give us negative 26y squared. In the fourth column, we have negative 18y plus 5y to give us negative 13y. And in the last column, we simply have positive 3. So our product of negative 2y squared plus 6y subtract 1 times 2y squared subtract 5y subtract 3 is negative 4y to the 4 plus 22y cubed subtract 26y squared subtract 13y plus 3. Please proceed to the next video in this lesson, and thank you for viewing.